What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that should make you a little uncomfortable, in a good way. We're talking about phishing. You've heard the term, you've probably gotten sketchy emails, ever wondered what's going on behind the curtain. Phishing is a digital con game masking as trustworthy entities to trick you into handing over sensitive information like passwords, credit card numbers, personal details. It's one of the oldest tricks in the digital book, yet it remains devastatingly effective. In cybersecurity, the best defense is understanding the offense. Every single thing we discuss in this video is for educational and cybersecurity awareness purposes only. Kicking things off, we have Social Phish. At its core, Social Phish is a Python-based tool designed to create phishing pages for popular social media sites. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, other social networks. It generates a cloned login page that looks virtually identical to the real deal. The process is straightforward. A user runs the script, chooses a target website, spins up a web server hosting the fake page, generates a phishing link, often obfuscated with a URL shortener. When a victim clicks the link, they see a familiar login page. They enter creds and hit login. They're redirected back to the real site. But behind the scenes, the credentials were captured in plain text. Next up is Hidden Eye, and this one takes the concepts we saw in Social Phish and cranks them up to 11. One standout feature is its extensive library of phishing page templates. Netflix, Spotify, PayPal, Steam, even more obscure platforms. Hidden Eye offers multi-platform support, creating phishing pages optimized for both desktop and mobile browsers. Where Hidden Eye gets scary is with advanced features. Built-in key logging capabilities, location tracking using IP geolocation. Now let's talk about Zvisher. If Hidden Eye is the feature-packed trawler, Zvisher is the high-speed, automated phishing boat. Its primary selling point is ease of use and rapid deployment. This tool is designed for speed. Zvisher presents the user with a simple, numbered menu. You pick a target, say Google, and the tool does everything else. It automatically generates the phishing page, hosts it on a local server, uses ngrok to create a public-facing URL. The sheer breadth of templates in Zvisher is a major factor. It boasts over 30 phishing templates for a huge variety of services. What makes Zvisher particularly dangerous is that it completely abstracts away the complexity. They just need to pick a number from a list and copy a link. This democratization means higher volume phishing attempts. Because it's so easy, attackers can take a spray and pray approach. The links generated by services like ngrok often have a distinct format. Learning to recognize these URLs can be a dead giveaway. The easier it is for them to attack, the more vigilant we have to be in our own digital hygiene. But we're just getting started. Let's dive deeper into even more sophisticated tools. If you thought Zvisher was simple, let me introduce you to Black Eye. This tool is the epitome of keep it simple, stupid in the world of phishing. Black Eye is often one of the very first tools that aspiring hackers and curious individuals stumble upon. It's a bash script that automates setting up a phishing page, known for reliability despite simplicity. Black Eye includes over 30 built-in phishing templates, social media, email providers, financial services like PayPal. The workflow is incredibly streamlined. Once a template is selected, Black Eye sets up a PHP server to host the fake page, then captures any credentials that are entered, leveraging ngrok to expose this local server to the internet. This fire and forget nature makes it extremely appealing for attackers who want to get a campaign up and running with minimum fuss. The effectiveness of Black Eye lies in its focus on the fundamentals. The cloned pages it generates are high-fidelity replicas. To the average user, who isn't meticulously inspecting every pixel, these pages are indistinguishable from the legitimate sites. The danger is that it makes phishing accessible to literally anyone who can copy and paste a few commands into a terminal. It requires no understanding of web development, networking, or security principles. Moving on, we have Shellfish. As the name suggests, this tool has a particular specialty: social media platforms. Shellfish zeroes in on being the best and fastest tool for phishing social accounts. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. What sets Shellfish apart is its incredibly quick setup. It's a lightweight script that can be up and running in moments. Templates mimic the mobile login experience. Mobile-first design matters because most social use happens on phones. The implications are significant. Social accounts can be gateways to a person's digital identity. Compromised accounts can run scams, spread malware to friends and followers, gather personal information for identity theft. Defend with vigilance. Be wary of DM links, even from friends. Their account could be compromised. Don't click. Open the app or site directly. and enable two-factor authentication on every social account. It's the single best defense against credential theft. All right, now we're getting into the big leagues. Everything we've talked about so far has one major weakness: two-factor authentication. If a user has 2FA enabled, stealing their password isn't enough. But that's where EvilJinx 2 comes in. It's not just a phishing tool, it's a full-blown man-in-the-middle attack framework. EvilJinx 2 doesn't just clone a login page. Instead, it acts as a proxy between the victim and the real website. The victim enters their username and password, which EvilJinx 2 intercepts and passes to the real website. The real website prompts for 2FA, an app, SMS, or security key. EvilJinx 2 proxies this prompt back to the victim. The victim enters their one-time code. EvilJinx 2 intercepts this and passes it to the real service, and this is the jackpot. The attacker can now import this cookie into their own browser and gain full authenticated access to the victim's account, completely bypassing future 2FA prompts. Setting up EvilJinx 2 is significantly more complex. It requires owning a domain name and configuring DNS records. This isn't a script kiddie tool. This is used by advanced patient attackers targeting high-value accounts. The tool uses fishlets configuration files that handle redirects and post requests correctly. The best defense is being incredibly vigilant about the URL. EvilJinx 2 requires the attacker's own domain, so it won't be google.com. Some forms of 2FA, specifically FIDO2 and U2F hardware security keys, offer protection as they bind authentication to the domain. It's a cat-and-mouse game, and this tool shows just how sophisticated the mouse has become. But what if you need to run large-scale coordinated phishing campaigns? That's where our next tools come in. So far, we've looked at tools designed for single, quick attacks. But what if you need to run a large-scale coordinated phishing campaign? That's where Kingfisher comes in. Open-source toolkit built for scale, less about one hook, more about managing massive campaigns, designed for professional penetration testers and corporate security teams. Main feature: campaign management. Create and run multiple concurrent campaigns from one centralized server. Architecture: server component. Server sends emails and hosts phishing pages. Client component: GUI to control the server and view results. Separation gives flexibility. Track who opened the email, who clicked the link, who submitted credentials. All from a clean graphical interface. Strength, realism, and customization. Rich text editor for convincing emails, templating variables for personalization. After a campaign, detailed reports and graphs. Visualize campaign success, metric click-through rate, credential submission rate. Break it down by department or region. Use the data to show management security weaknesses and justify training. Designed for ethical testing but powerful in the wrong hands. A malicious actor could run widespread attacks and map vulnerable employees. Similar in spirit to Kingfisher, we have GoPhish, another incredibly popular open-source phishing framework. It's become a de facto standard for internal phishing simulations. GoPhish is a single self-contained binary you can run on Windows, macOS, Linux. No complex dependencies or installs. Download, run, and access a full phishing platform via web UI. That low barrier drives adoption across companies of all sizes, small businesses to massive enterprises. The workflow is elegant and intuitive, a four-step flow. Users and groups, email templates, landing pages, campaigns. Start by importing your targets, employees. Craft the phishing email, create the fake landing page, tie it together in a campaign. The web GUI makes it visual and straightforward. One standout feature is the real-time dashboard. Launch a campaign and watch results roll in live. Email sent, email opened, link clicked, data submitted. That immediate feedback is powerful for security teams. GoPhish gives detailed reporting after the fact. Export all the data to see who needs training. It's open source and highly extensible. GoPhish has a full REST API. Integrate with other tools, automate campaign creation, build custom dashboards and reports. Developers and security engineers love that flexibility. Powerful, free, easy-to-use tools like GoPhish help defensive security. They let any org test and improve its human firewall. Now let's talk about a true classic, the Social Engineer Toolkit, or SET, created by Dave Kennedy of TrustedSec. SET is less of a single-purpose tool and more of a comprehensive framework for all kinds of social engineering attacks. Phishing is a huge part of it, but its capabilities extend far beyond just cloning a website. SET is integrated directly into Kali Linux and is renowned for its versatility. It's a Python-based, menu-driven tool. When it comes to phishing, SET offers several powerful options. The most famous is the Website Attack Vectors module. It has a credential harvester method and features a tab nabbing attack, where a script can change your page's title and icon when you switch tabs. Beyond simple phishing, SET is a master of weaponizing files and creating malicious payloads. SET includes modules for SMS spoofing, spear phishing attack vectors, and even generating QR codes that lead to malicious sites. The philosophy behind SET is that the human is often the weakest link in the security chain. For defenders, SET is a reminder that phishing isn't just about websites. It's about a holistic approach to deception, but we have one more sophisticated tool to cover, one that takes 2FA bypass to the next level. Last but certainly not least, let's look at CredSniper. This tool is a bit like a mashup of a traditional credential harvester and the man-in-the-middle concepts of EvilJinx 2, with its own unique twist. CredSniper automates creating highly convincing phishing sites built to defeat two-factor authentication, including live attacker collaboration. CredSniper's primary goal is to capture the password and the two-factor authentication token in real time. When the victim enters their username and password, CredSniper logs them and presents a fake 2FA prompt. Here's where it gets clever. The attacker monitoring the dashboard immediately receives the captured credentials. They then take those credentials and manually log into the real service, triggering the real 2FA code to the victim's device. The victim receives the real code, enters it into the fake page. CredSniper captures that code and presents it to the attacker. The attacker takes that code and completes the login process. The victim's page shows a fake error message and redirects to the real site, leaving them confused but unaware their account is compromised. This approach is different from EvilJinx 2's proxying method. It's more of a man-in-the-browser attack with real-time, attacker-in-the-loop workflow. The defense relies on recognizing the slight delay and context. If you receive a 2FA prompt but weren't the one who initiated a login, that's a massive red flag. Some modern authentication systems implement features like displaying a map of the login location or number matching. These are direct defenses against the kind of real-time relay attack that CredSniper facilitates. It's a cat-and-mouse game, and this tool shows just how sophisticated the mouse has become. And there you have it, a deep dive into 10 of the most dangerous and widely used phishing tools of 2025. From simple credential harvesters to sophisticated two-factor authentication bypassing frameworks, the threat is real and it's constantly evolving. But remember, the entire point of this video is not to create fear, but to build awareness. Seeing how the sausage is made demystifies these attacks and empowers you to spot them. Once again, I have to stress that this information is for educational and ethical hacking purposes only. Using these tools maliciously is illegal and will land you in a world of trouble. The goal here is to turn knowledge into action. Use what you've learned to be more critical of the links you click. Double-check those URLs and the login pages you see. Be suspicious of unsolicited messages, even from friends. Most importantly, enable two-factor authentication on every account that supports it. It's not a perfect shield, but it is a critical layer of defense. Share this knowledge with your friends, your family, and your colleagues. The more people who understand these threats, the safer our entire digital community becomes. You are the first and most important line of defense. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this deep dive. I know it was a lot of information, but it's incredibly important stuff. If you found this video valuable, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content that helps you navigate our complex digital world safely. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these tools surprised you the most. Was it the two-factor authentication slaying power of EvilJinx 2 or the sheer simplicity of something like BlackEye? Stay safe out there and I'll see you in the next one.